Like every form of art in the world, storytelling has evolved through centuries, from cave paintings to screenplays and poems, to novels and comic strips, and its last step towards perfection, movies and TV shows. Movies were the peak of storytelling. It gave the writers the freedom to pull back from the settings and focus on dialogue-based narration. This was of course a temporary stage, as the story would take another step towards multiple directions, like anime and animation, interactive narrations, D&D, and this video's subject, video games. Video games could have been the embodiment of the perfect vessel for storytelling, because first of all, it had the best elements of cinema, visually and audibly. There's no need for the writer to describe the walls to be turquoise, you can see the color yourself. Second of all, it had the two best elements of novels. One of them is words. You can read things in a video game, figure out what's happening in the world. The second one is progression and discovery. What is it that makes a novel superior to a movie? The freedom of progression. In a movie, you just have to sit on your couch, wait for the images to get passed by your eyes, wait for the art to present itself to you. You can't fast forward a section, or take it slow when your favorite part comes, trying to savor it. It will ruin the magic. That's not the case for a book, and that's not the case for video games. In both of them, you can do whatever you want. You can focus on every single word, or you can just skim it, basically speedrunning the book, and this gives you the freedom of discovery. At any time you can go 100 pages back, look up the part where the writer was foreshadowing something that happens in chapter 12. Or in a game, for example, you will roam around in your favorite biome, or maybe you take interest in a secondary character and start to do their quests. All of this could have made video games the perfect embodiment of storytelling, but something went wrong along the lines. That's why half of the people won't understand the story of the games. That's why with the release of every new game, 1,000 YouTubers make videos explaining its story. You won't see it as regularly in other formats. So why is that the case? Let's see, but before that, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Well, it's not that complicated actually. The reason is flow and pace. Video games tend to have an imbalance in their narrative flow and its connection to the gameplay. Let me give you an example first. Imagine you're watching a movie. As you're getting closer to the peak of the story, suddenly the movie pauses and asks you to read 2 pages of text before you continue. Now maybe in a normal situation, you can read up to 100 pages in one sitting without getting distracted, but that's not the case in our example. You can't focus because your mind is in a visual perception state. You can't just pull out of that and focus on the text. That's what happens with video games. Not with text or anything, but with gameplay. You were just in the middle of a fight. How can you concentrate on anything these characters have to say? Your brain is in an action state now. It can only understand tactics and strategies. The very thing that makes video games superior to other forms of art can also be its Achilles heel. If the audience can't concentrate on what you have to say, how can they appreciate it? Different devs and studios try different approaches to go about this problem. Some of them try to fit stories inside the gameplay, like how Osiris talks to Ocelot mid-battle. Didn't work, or actually backfired. No one would even hear Osiris' beautiful speech and the horror in his voice.
Come out, don't be afraid.
Some devs tried to first make everything calm and soothing, sort of pull the brakes of the flow, and then narrate their story. Didn't work either, because as I said, we have the freedom of progression. We control the flow of the story, not some mellow soundtrack and a calm biome. And the latest trend? Environmental storytelling. That's the case for games with the least amount of dialogues, mainly in Metroidvanias like Hollow Knight, Blasphemous and Nine Souls. Although this one is superior to others in terms of world building and theme, the thing is, not every gamer is gonna be patient enough to connect the dots, to Sherlock it out and find the right evidence. That's why these games have the most explanation videos on YouTube. Honestly, I don't think there's an actual way to fix this issue. We just have to accept that this is an everlasting flaw. Like how movies have the flaw of progression, or how books need so much work to describe a scene, but there's good to come out of it too. This flaw makes your second playthrough as memorable as the first one, or maybe even more. As always, if you enjoyed, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button and subscribe, share your opinion with me in the comments, and don't you dare go hollow.